The Audi Q7, it really is a car which needs no introduction, does it? Because at the end of the day, it really is the chairman of the board when it comes to big, luxurious SUVs. And now with the latest version, Audi really wants to take the game further away from its rivals. Well, Audi makes absolutely faultless cabins, and it's no different with the new Q7. And if I had to describe this cabin in one word, then that one word would be posh. This car really does feel very upmarket and very classy, and a very nice and luxurious place to spend time in. And it really comes with all the bells and whistles as well. You get Audi's MMI system, you also get Audi's Drive Select, you also get 4-zone climate control. Remember, it's not dual zone but 4-zone, as well as this panoramic sunroof. And in fact, the list is endless. It is a huge list. So if you want to know more about the features of this car, then you can head to our website by clicking on this link over here and find them out for yourself. Well, not only is the Q7's cabin built from the best materials in the market, it's also a very stylish place to be in, and the big theme over here is undoubtedly the gauges. Well, Audi has given this car the virtual cockpit as well, and it really does look very cool and very sporty at the same time. And the gauges over here not only house the RPM meter as well as a speedometer, but also the navigation system can be seen directly over here, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road, and a host of other features which really makes it a very cool feature on this car. Special mention must be made of the seats, which are sumptuous and supreme on comfort. Under-thigh support is excellent, and support for your lower back is very good as well. And because it is an Audi, you shouldn't have to do anything manually. You get power adjusted seats as well as power adjustment for the steering wheel, which adjusts both for reach as well as for rake. Well, so here I'm in the back seat of the new Q7, and as you can see, knee room is more than adequate. Headroom is massive as well, and I have a place below the front seats where I can stretch my feet. Now there is a huge hump over here, which means that whoever's sitting in the middle will have to stretch his feet, but it's not a big issue because the footwells are pretty big enough for the passenger here to accommodate his feet. So not a big issue. Even though there is a big hump, it should not be a big issue for anyone sitting in the middle. But the best part is that these seats can be moved forward or even backwards if you have an extra row of passengers at the back. Well, so here I'm in the last row of the new Q7 seats, and I have pushed the middle row all the way forward, and as you can see, my knees are almost up to my ears, and it's not really a very comfortable place for a tall adult, but for kids it should be okay. Also, Audi have placed the full-sized spare wheel over here, which means that it can be a bit cumbersome to use this seat because it takes 10 or 15 minutes to take it out, and that also limits the appeal of the last row of seats inside the Q7. Well, so here I am driving the all-new Audi Q7, and this engine develops 249 bhp of power, and all that power is distributed to the wheels both ahead as well as the back through Audi's Quattro system, as well as an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. If I had to describe all that power delivery as well as the torque delivery in one word, that one word would be smooth. This car really is all about luxury and refinement. Well, power delivery is absolutely effortless, and the gearbox works very efficiently without even letting you know when the gears are shifting. You can of course use the Tiptronic function over here. Well, the gear shifts on this car are absolutely effortless and very quick at that, and the 8-speed automatic dual clutch is phenomenal. In fact, it is one of the best gearboxes out there in the market at the moment. Well, in terms of cornering ability as well as overall steering wheel feedback, this car really is very agile, and even though it is over 5 meters in length and is around 2 tons, you don't really feel that weight when you are driving it in the city. And of course, if you are stuck in traffic or are maneuvering through tight city traffic, then this light steering wheel really does make it very easy to maneuver this car in tight city spaces. Well, the steering wheel is pretty light when you are driving it in comfort mode, but remember, you also get Audi's Drive Select system in this car, which means that you can of course change the driving dynamics of this car, and if you decide to choose dynamic mode over comfort mode, then there's a lot more weight added to the steering wheel, and what that weight essentially does is makes the car feel a lot more agile as well as sporty. Well, the adaptive air suspension really does make this car glide over the worst of pothole roads, and in that sense it is a very cushiony suspension, and this new Q7 really does take the sting out of the worst crevices from the road. So a very good job from Audi in terms of comfort as well as overall luxury from the suspension of this car. Well, one area where this engine really impresses is in sheer power delivery, and of course if you are in a hurry and are wanting that brisk acceleration maneuver, all you need to do is just smash that accelerator pedal down and this car really does take off. In fact, it is so quick that you will have to really feather the throttle at times, because without you knowing it, this car will be doing illegal speeds out there on the highway, because it really does mask its speeds very well. Well, 0 to 100 comes up in 7.1 seconds, which is phenomenal for such a big SUV, and also a heavy one at that. But also, the best part is that the engine refinement really is very good, and even when you are revving it very hard and are pushing it on the rev limiter, this cabin is well insulated from the outside world. In fact, this cabin is really cocooned from the outside world. Well, another area where this car really excels is in the ride comfort, as I just mentioned, and that's largely because it gets very thick, chunky tires on the outside, which really give it loads of grip. And when you're pushing it into corners, that really does help in inspiring a lot of confidence. And also on the highway, stability is absolutely first rate. Well, most luxury SUV owners don't really buy these cars for their off-roading prowess. They buy them more for the image as well as the luxury that these cars offer. But it is good to know that the Audi Q7 does come with Audi's legendary quattro all-wheel drive system. So in case you are ever stuck in a muddy situation, this car will get you out of it without any fuss at all. Well, the Q7 comes across as the quintessential SUV. And why is that? Well, it simply offers you class-leading features, a very posh cabin, and charming looks on the outside as well. All that with that desirable Audi badge on the outside makes this the best SUV you can buy at this price point.